Welcome back to another Fight Tuesday, everyone. Here we have a replay that was played on from my Twitch channel, MindfulRaptor. And this was a match with billjoey and MindfulRaptor. And on the Axis side, we have Alucard and Lightning Sword. Let's see what will happen in this match. I'll be mostly doing commentary and probably providing my opinions of the match as they have progressed since I did play in this battle. So I am starting off with a 4 rifleman opener. I realize that using the half-track motor is probably the better option. So that is the route I do take.
Got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
The Axis forces are choosing to do 2 grand openers with no MG on one side.
We have
From
a fresh
Lizard.
grenadier squad.
Lightning Sword on the other hand is doing a regular opener as MG and a grand. They're moving up and doing the standard push formations for the cutoffs.
Territory secured.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
Joe does take the church and he is moving in with the penals. Penals will put pressure on the Grens. MG is positioned on the gas point area, so I do make the decision to move in to pressure the middle. Penals are flanking and getting full frontal connection shots. No deductions from the cover bonuses. Very interesting that he does drop the medical supplies right on top of him. Very interesting.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Oh, billjoey does lose the NG. The engineer squad.
Supplies are ready to
That will
arrive
definitely
by
slow him
air.
down as he is going to have to probably buy another one, spend the manpower,
The
slow his
enemy
tech
is
down.
taking our territory.
I do retake the church to secure that location. I'm trying to cover both sections and to have the middle not collapse inward. Penal is moving in and trying to take out a Gren, but the Grens are in great masses, so they are going to push off the Penals. Middle is holding with the riflemen and holding all cover formations. So it gives us allies a breathing room from being collapsed inward. It also keeps the Axis busy with the church instead of venturing inward into the other sections of the map. Two MGs out for Lightning Sword.
Paradrop medical supplies on your command.
Alucard is teching, and Lightning Sword has already teched, so he's already up in tier 2. Teching for allies has not started. We are down gas. I just purchased the captain. MindfulRaptor just purchased captain. And Biljo, since he did lose the engineer squad, he is a little bit behind. He's required to have the engineers on the line to keep pressure. I continue to try to pressure this house. It is pretty difficult once the Axis or whoever has that location, that cutoff location.
Heads up! Mechanized mortar carrier is now ready for action.
Eventually I do push off, but the MG is going to put pressure on it. Now Billy Joe does have middle. And the lightning sword does have a half-track. He's going to start loading up his units.
You've got a captain hitting the field.
Medics are being
Weapon rack
made
is now
first
open.
for Alucard. Alucard. MGs are putting pressure in the cutoff, but they are not supported on the side, so they are going to have to make a forced retreat. Half-track is positioned on the bottom side. It is fitted with the flames, so it's going to put some pressure on our infantry units. Biljo is trying to retake the gas point, which is their side gas. Just hold their cutoff to keep that from them. Gas income is pretty much the same, including manpower almost. Half-track does get hit by the rifle grenade. It's forced to retreat. The M1s do actually do small amounts of damage to the vehicle. They do have to respect the riflemen blobs. I do have a RE squad with 2 bazookas. So he is forced to make that retreat.
The bunker is now a field hospital.
The right side of the map is being taken very slowly, but a lot of Grens are keeping them from retaking the gas point. Biljo has 4 penal squads, so these units are quite costly. They are bringing down his manpower and draining it slightly, but they are giving him an edge on pushing the lanes and putting pressure on them. Lightning Sword is making another push. He is repaired and ready to go. Does hold the gas point. I decide to make half-track purchase, and I am going to put pressuring that point. Flame half-track is going to make a push with the flames. You have the AT deterrent, which is the double bazookas. One shot will literally keep that half-track out of my face. I make a retreat just because I have the medical ambulance in the backside. Don't want to lose any models, unnecessary models. Biljo is holding the cutoff, but he is being surrounded. He may lose this. And he does. He does lose the penal squad. He does engineer and a penal loss for him. You get a huge burst of flames, and I do have to make a forced retreat. Two bazookas right in the center. I mean, right in the corner of the. That's gonna ground target and see if I can get a lucky shot off of it. No, I do not. Now I'm putting pressure on this building. I'm gonna make a push here. A small Grand Squad did approach this and counterpulsed it. Really made no difference because there was nothing to follow up with it. So that was fine. Pack is on the field for Lightning Sword. Alucard is making a push and he's holding the, putting a lot of pressure on their cutoff, making a huge push with the Grens now. Grens are great for this type of combat, block, forcible combat, because they have close combat weapons. Tech is quite slow for Alucard. He is saving a lot of gas. He is making his decisions based on the manpower. Does make a lot of pushes with the units. Lightning Sword is teching, but he is saving gas as well. Pile Squad does go down here. I think that was Lightning Swords. Now he won't be able to attack after he's finished attacking to tier 2. Tier 3 actually. Alucard is making a push at billjoey's absence. He is making a push into mid to cut me off. In this situation, you do not move from your cutoff, you hold the cutoff. And then you move in very slightly just to hold the outer perimeters of middle. Joe does get a T70 and does get the killing blow off of the half track. Half track does go down. Attacking has not occurred for the Axis. However, Alucard has attacked to tier 3. Lightning Sword has not done so yet. Probably busy with all the microing that's going on right now. 57 is out for me. I do have to compensate due to the lack of gas I have at the moment. And most of the game we have not had control of the gas points. So we've been double gassed actually against Axis have been double gassed, so they're carrying a mighty pretty set of fuel. Alucard has made the decision to go to tier 4, skipping tier 3, so he's probably get the Brumbar, Panthers, or the Wrecking Warfare. Not Wrecking Warfare, the Panzer Warfare. Motor does get a huge hit off of this. All 4 models are were hit. Now, 1 motor shell. Billjoey does have to deal with these Ren blobs. We're continuously massing in great numbers and pushing with the MGs. MG42s.
And heavy tanks are now available.
Lack of vehicles support for Alucard, but I think he's making his push with the Brumbar pretty soon or some type of vehicle. Lightning Sword on the other hand is playing quite divided. He is getting pressured on my side, on the left side. He is unable to hold off the large number of allied forces with these sets of units. He has literally no units to push the lanes, only 1 Gren and 2 MGs, so a lot of his units are stationary. The piles don't really add any real pushing power to his mix. He needs to invest in 1 more Gren. This is why when you play OST, every unit is pretty much crucial, like British. If you lose any one of those units, it really sets you back and you are going to have to compensate with another squad. Each Gren is very important, need to be looked over almost intensely. Tier 3 is up for Tier 3 is up for OST. He's about to buy, he is buying a P4. P4 is out pretty soon. Will be out pretty soon. I currently am attacking 2 majors, so we are slightly behind. We do have control of the gas point. I do have a 57 on the field. T70 is putting shots up and putting great pressure on these units because now he literally has no option except for the pack. Pack does get a shot off. Frontal hit armor. We'll take another 2-3 shots to take out without Venersy. Venersy I think it's a 2-shot hit. Pack is moving up in the middle, which is a smart play. Vehicle wise, there's really no vehicle, so I'm not sure why he bought the pack. I am behind, of course. Motor is putting quite a lot of pressure on him. He really doesn't have any indirect fire units to kind of punish that, or units to push the lane, so the riflemen are pretty much abusing, but holding the lines. P4 is out on the field. He's going to put the pressure on the gas point, regain control of it. Gas point at this point is not as important. Regaining control of the situation in the middle is more dire, I think. Needs to be dealt with immediately with the tank support. Holding the gas point is important, but it doesn't really answer the pressure that you're experiencing in the front. Plus, it would help alleviate some pressure off of Alucard, which is their access point, gas point. And now they are playing split. Alucard is playing on the right, and Lightning Sword has split his units into pushing the corners. Now pushing the corners is fine to deny access to certain resources.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
But since they are pushing, since Alucard is pushing mid, no one is there to support him in the forward position. So I have space to relocate and maneuver around. I am going to put pressure on this P4. The bazookas. My 57 will be relocating quite soon, I believe. Do get a rifle grenade off. 157 rear armor hit. Alucard is relocating to mid to put pressure on there. He has secured his side, and now his Panther is on the field. He has skipped over and went to Panther. Panther will provide the 80 support that the P4 needs, but will not answer to the masses of units that are coming in to play. Will answer to this T70 though. Panther is going for the T70 kill here. Oh, that was a nice pickup. Losing the Grand will hold him. Lightning Sword has invested into a motor team. Panther's after a chase here. T70 will probably go down after one more shot. Nice micro control. But the Panther does have a edge over the T70, unfortunately. Panther will try to kill off this bunker. Half-Track has to get out because now he's being threatened by the Panther. Trying to get for the rifle grenade shot here, but I am unfortunately pushed off.
A capture point is under attack. One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Field promotion.
Dildo is still holding with 3 penals and 1 guard. He did lose one of his penals earlier. And Alucard, it has the real pushing power with his 4 Grens and 1 Pentagram. Air bomb is coming down. It does go right on top of it, but it doesn't destroy the weapon, so that's good. Lightning Sword does rebuild most of his Grens back up. I do lose a rifleman, which is really unfortunate. He is continuously pushing the corners of the map, the left side, which is a good play. I think pushing cutoff would have been a better choice here, just because since Alucard is up front with the Panther and he's putting a lot of pressure, he needs to support his flanking support. Holding this section doesn't really do anything really. This denies me gas, but I already have the Sherman on the field, so it doesn't really make a difference. Once one vehicle is out on the field, the next vehicle won't come out until very much later. So pushing gas is pretty much not as important. Regaining control of the field is much more important with that one vehicle first. Then you can do secondary objective, which is the fuel. Always playing solidified with your ally is very important. Alucard is being pressured double now, and middle is ours to control again. Middle makes a lot of pressure on him because now he has to cover his flanks. No one's there to cover his flanks, and he's positioned always here. His retreat path will be cut off. It can be cut off from someone who is going to exploit this opening right here. On this side, billjoey is holding mid, which is the proper thing to do. If he's unable to retake control of their gas point, then middle is the best point. It covers my flanks, and it keeps me from being, in a way, getting destroyed from the backside. It gives me the option to push all units into lightning sword without having to be punished. So smart plays from billjoey. Axes have vehicle advantage, and they're making great work at the P4 and the Panther. But T-30, 34, and 85 is on the field, so everyone's on a kind of equal scale, except for the Panther having a slight edge. Sherman is gonna get a rear shot here, but I do have two 57s here who are gonna make the push. Two 57s do get one rear armor hit, and the other one's in the frontal. Flag gun. Oh, that was an incendiary bomb. Now it was a hit, but the incendiary bomb does take time to kind of finish off. Panther's coming over just because he knows that the Sherman is low. He's dug in deep, but he's being flanked and being pressured on the corners. T-34-85 is moving in, looking for kills. Panther does go in, and he's going to put pressure on these grunts, on these penals, I mean. Penals are not really going to be an answer. Oh! Actually, billjoey did grab his pack, so now he has an AT option that is actually going to compete well against the Panther. Nothing really can hold against T-34-85 without the pack, so Panther is the only option. Panzer Warfare is out on Alucard's side. Lightning Sword is making fast repair efforts, and he continuously pushes his gas point, so he's really enticed with the gas. At this point, a Lightning Sword does not need any more gas. Pushing middle is probably the better option here, and holding the flanks for Alucard. Alucard is continuously being flanked on the mid area, and is being pressured to keep their gas point and their cutoff, with middle being pressured. So he needs someone in the middle to keep him off, and Lightning Sword needs to do that job. However, Lightning Sword does decide to go into the left side, so it's denying me gas, so it's slowing down my gas production. However, it's not really just because billjoey does put enough pressure to gain control of our gas side, of their gas side. Lightning Sword is saving for some reason. Not really sure. He is floating quite a number of gas and manpower. Might be going for that Levante. Panther is on the field. He's going for a kill. But I have two 57s covering the rears. Billjoey is very on the mark targeting, so good job to him. Pack is putting pressure on the Panther. He does have vision over the Panther with the mark target. Panther does go down. Most likely, Alucard was not paying attention to that one.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Alucard has lost the Panther and now he's being pressured by the penals. Doesn't really have an answer to the penals with all his units kind of in disarray. Lightning Sword is pushing at mid. Cinnamon put his MGs.
Losing a sector.
Priest and the motor half track is putting pressure on their
Half-track awaiting orders.
retreat path areas.
Rocket carrier is taking fire.
Lightning Sword has decided to push with Alucard, but it may be too late, but he is pushing together. Middle is being pressured heavily now. MG is there to cover the flanks.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Pad Warfare is ready to go, and another Elefante is on the field now. Elefante will be a great answer to the T-34-85s. And the Sherman that's on the field as well. T-34-85 does actually compete well against P4. P4 doesn't really answer well against the T-34-85. The T-34-85 I think has a little bit higher penetration.
Enemy is taking our territory.
So it does get a little bit better shots off. Elefante is again looking to pressure that T-34-85s.
Our supply lines.
T-57s are in middle. Does get a shot off. They're both vet 1, so they have access to the high velocity round. However, it does wipe the MG, which was holding my left side. Lack of infantry support has caused them to have to fall back. Elefante is moving across the field looking for a vehicle. However, the thing is that vehicles is not the primary pushing power of our allied forces right now. It's the riflemen and the infantry clubs, the penals, the riflemen. Those are the units that are actually accounting for much of their pressure. The vehicles are supplementary. Investing in possibly Panzer Grants might have been a good idea as well. For Lightning Sword. 120 motors are out on the field. They are going to put pressuring a lot more pressure now. Ooh, does get a shot. Elefante does get a shot off. Takes about a quarter of his life. One shot. Panzer on the field now. Now they are sitting quite. They're fine actually. They do have a lot of time. 210 is 209 is fine. They do have an option to stall and actually push very slowly. But under three cap, triple cap, it's a little different, a little difficult. They will have to make that decision to go into a infantry type pressure push. However, the P4 does need to be a little bit more proactive. probably pushing middle. Pack does get a shot off, but it does miss. Does get kind of blindsided. Sherman does push in. Gets one shot off.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Indirect fire units are putting a lot of bleed on the Axis forces. They don't really have an answer to them. Elamante is positioning in middle. TDA 485 is cutting across, and it does compete well against the Panther. Its armor and its health is quite high, so it's able to get more shots off.
Is dying.
Double Panzer Strikes is a great option for dealing with these T-35s.
Foes are behind our lines. Headquarters
Ooh,
attacked.
one hit and one of the T-35s are destroyed. And one's still on the field. Levante is trying to squeeze through. Trying to get that one shot off. Still hasn't though. Ooh, P4 does get hit by the Satchel Charge Sticky Bomb.
100 points remaining.
Ability from the penals, and he does get a shot off with the pack, so it does finish that off. Elefante is really difficult in moving. It is quite slow. And under these conditions where you can't get flanked, it's always difficult to do that. Flankstar does drop from the game to see the end. However, my half track does go down one shot from the Elefante, so that was unfortunate.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
Game does seem to be coming down to its closing. The engine is destroyed, which means it cannot move. Panther's ready to go, but it might be too late, and they do. Alucard does surrender. Now this match was a pretty intense match. I think the main thing was Allies didn't really have a foundation to pushing constantly and putting pressure. They also played quite separated, and I was always pushing middle, which is our ally side gas point, which is fine. Joe did a great job in holding the flanks and putting pressure, slight pressure on their cutoff and their gas point as well. This gave me the option to move in, as a lightning sword constantly pushed pressure on our gas side, but he was always exposed on his flanks. So always remember, guys, to always play solidified. Always cover your whoever spawns on the cutoff point has to stay on the cutoff point and hold that side. Whoever spawns next to the cutoff point or has to always hold the flanks of the ally. That way, your ally who is holding the cutoff can allocate all units to pushing that side, and you can hold his right side. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Do rate, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see more Fight Tuesdays, and I will see you in the next one.